Hey everyone, it's time for another Learn Flute podcast. This is episode 43, and I'm Rebecca, your host and the expert at Learn Flute Online, where I help you through all things related to learning how to play the flute and do it really well. Let's get started today with another episode of what I think it takes to mentally get yourself in a creative learning environment.
You can do it, and Rebecca will show you how, step by step all along the way. Introducing the Learn Flute Podcast.
Here we are again. I can't believe this is already episode 43. That means that I've come up with 43 different topics all related to learning how to play the flute. And I'll have to say that I feel like we've just begun. I could go on and on and on and on. There's so much depth to this subject. It's kind of awesome. And again today, I wanted to reflect on some things that one of you online students told me the other day while I was giving a private lesson, one-on-one lesson to her. She mentioned to me that she was super committed and really excited to be on this journey, and that she was so glad she found my program because it's just what she needed. We talked about why she stopped in the first place, because she was a returning flute player, and what had to happen to get her to the position where she was ready to have a go again. What I heard from her sounded so familiar. The reason it sounded so familiar is because I've heard it over and over from many different people. So if this subject resonates with you today, then rest assured you're not alone at all. What happened was this person said she just had a lot of stress while she practiced and eventually fell out of habit. After a while, she just realized that it wasn't really going anywhere and she decided to stop. Well, fast forward 40 years and she's back again with a longing to pick it up again and succeed this time. Then she told me that she had some long talks with herself as she tried to decide how she was going to commit and the steps she would take to getting it all in place. Well, the first thing she did was ask her husband if he thought she should play the flute again. And he wholeheartedly said, yes, definitely. And he promptly went out and purchased her a really good flute. She found my lessons, signed up, and was so excited that she had decided to join the game, which was step 1. Now, step 2 was to find a coach. The game of play flute musically? Check. And get a knowledgeable instructor coach? Check again. Now, I'm patting myself on the back here. The third step she didn't know about was that not only did she find a coach, but she also has been accepted onto one of the best teams in the league. Check. Our Learn Flute Online community/team is awesome, and we are all here cheering each other on. And now I'll mention here that an interesting part about this game and our team is that we don't compete against other teams. Yay! In fact, we are all here on our own journey. So the fact that we can all be here at the same time is really pretty cool. I love it. Now, in talking to the student about her quest there and back again, she said she really always knew that her dad was so proud of her when she was playing the flute in her younger years. She wanted to honor him again since he had recently passed away. What a nice sentiment and tribute to him. I told her that she was definitely going to succeed because, first of all, she had the desire when she was younger and that it never had really left her. And now she was back again with a heartfelt commitment and to continue to learn and try, and here's the key, with patience this time. I also told her that she had an upper hand on the rest of us because she has an angel on her side also. What a neat thing to think about. In the past couple of episodes, we've mentioned inspiration and desire for music and especially playing the flute. It doesn't seem to be enough to just listen to flute playing. We long to hold it in our own hands and create those vibrations ourselves. And that is all it takes to know that we have the talent inside us somewhere. It's just a matter of doing what it takes to unlock it and let it out piece by piece. Now, in the lesson modules on the learnfluteonline.com website, I go through exact sequences of learning certain skills, line upon line, step by step. Knowing that you can get to where you're wanting to go by following this program should be peace of mind already. And if you couple that with patience and the organization of your space and mind, then there's no stopping your success. Now, my favorite thing in my whole life is to help others achieve what they've set out to do, and all of you are no exception. As I sit here and make this podcast and type it out, I look around in front of me and I see 3 guitars, 1 acoustic, 2 electrical, as well as a half-size stand-up bass right here in front of me. You might be wondering why I'm sitting next to these. Well, actually, I'm writing this in my bedroom today, and if you want to know the truth, I have instruments all over my home. It's my kids. They've been adding instruments to their repertoire since they were itty-bitty, especially my 2 oldest boys. And if you're of parenting age, you'll understand why. I have no problem bending to their desires and doing whatever it takes to get them their next guitar or flute or whatever it may be. They went through the ranks of the flute since they were little and realize that once their skill gets to a certain level, that they can help it even more by adding a new dimension of music, of a related instrument, or an upgraded brand or model. It's super fun and kind of addicting. Now, the reason we're discussing desire and inspiration is because many times it's the way we can tap into our why. Why we said we wanted to do this. Why does it matter? Why are we doing this? Well, I'm happy that it does because it will just make it even more sweet as you move through the levels of learning. I took a little hiatus of playing my flute when I was doing some traveling around the world a while ago, where I wasn't able to play for a few weeks, except for just a couple of times. And it was actually good for me, and the day I got back, I pulled out my flute out of its case and put it together, and I actually started to wonder and doubt a little bit as to what I might sound like since it had been so long. But I'd already been playing the flute for over 30 years, so what was I worried about? Well, I know the answer to this. It's because throughout the daily grind of practicing, there were times when I sounded like yuck. Now, you know those days, just fuzzy tone and a stressed embouchure. Nothing works right when you have that combination. I was honestly worried about that happening again. But guess what? I was relaxed, and when I started out with a long, low A, I heard how solid, clear, and deeply colored it was, and something just sparked inside me. It's really hard to describe in words. I put some vibrato into that A and felt the vibrations, and my mind and fingers began to work almost, I guess you'd say, symbiotically. I whipped out an emotional first movement to the Hungarian Pastoral Fantasy by Doppler without even a second thought, and thoroughly enjoyed myself the whole time. And then I cleaned my flute and put it away. Yep, I didn't stay at it. That was enough. That, to me, is the whole purpose of learning to play music, and for me, it's the flute. Now, I was satisfied, and it felt so good. Now, my hope and dream is that I can help each one of you learn how to have this same experience. It's kind of like moving realms for a minute, or maybe a lot like a runner's high. Things to think about today. Well, I appreciate you and your journey. I also hope that you will come to the comment sections of these audios and let me know what you think. I'm releasing these week by week, but I will be pointing students at different discussions at different times by either linking in a module lesson or sending out via email. So if you haven't had time to get signed up for the membership here at Learn Flute Online, where all of the lessons are and even more information that will help you learn how to play the flute really well, then it's definitely time to do so. We want you to join us. We'll see you soon.
Thanks for listening today. Remember that this is where people of all ages, such as you, can come, learn, and play the musical instrument flute in an easy-to-follow, organized manner, and in the privacy and comfort of your own home, on your own schedule.